For over 2 decades, we focused on one philosophy, the 10 life values, a system that helps us examine our lives, our vision, our leadership. Our products and our services are exclusively for men, all men. The ones who teach and mentor our kids, maintain our livestock and grow our food, make and repair our products, saves us from catastrophe, and protect our nation. The 10 life values are woven into every product and service we create. Because at the end of the day, our vision is to see all men from every community equipped with the appropriate processes and the necessary tools to be excellent fathers and the best version of themselves they can be.
What's going on, world? DS1 Ross, and we back here on SHEEPSTAYSLEEPTV. Shout out to everybody who support the platform. Much love. Salute to all of the visionaries. Shout out to the A-Game family. Salute to the A-Game nation. We back with another video. And in this video, I want to speak on the permanent EBT boost that will be occurring this October 2021. And I'm going to read this article directly because I think this is very important because it speaks to what's going on in our environment. See, when we speak on the concept of biocothyron, shout out to our Dr. Holman. When you speak on environment and how our culture affects our environment, we have been living in this pandemic type of culture where we've been masked up. We've had the quarantine. You know, we had to make sure we wash our hands every 2 minutes. This has become a way of life for us for the last couple of years. And due to that, it has affected our environment. There's a lot of laws that has been passed. You know, a lot of people has gotten extra money, you know, with all of the stimulus checks that has been given out and all of these other things and all these other incentives for people who are in need. See, these things affected our environment. The culture that we've been living in the past couple of years has affected our environment. And this is why we've had these laws coming down. So what we're dealing with and what we see here in this situation that I will be speaking on when I read this article, we are looking at the concept of biocothyron right in front of us. Our biology was changed due to people contracting this virus. And by a lot of people contracting this virus and passing away, it affected our biology. It affected how people thought, how people think, how people feel about what's going on around them, even if they didn't even catch the virus itself. So we have to understand that this whole COVID thing is showing us the full concept of biocothyron because it changed our biology, which affected the way we lived with us having to quarantine. And then because of that, it affected our environment, where now we have a bunch of laws and things being passed down. Now they're mandating vaccines in certain places. So now it's affecting our environment with all of these laws that are being passed down. So let's get to the article. Let's get to the article. It says USDA. This is by ABC News, by the way. And the link to the article will be down in the description box. But it says USDA to permanently boost food stamp benefits by 25%. The Biden administration has approved a significant and permanent increase in the levels of food stamp assistance available to needy families, the largest single increase in the program's history. Starting in October, average benefits for food stamps, officially known as SNAP, as the SNAP program, will rise more than 25% above pre-pandemic levels. You see, this is why I brought up the concept of biocodiron, because these are the things that are being passed down legally to affect our environment because of the pandemic. All of these things is due to this pandemic. So let's continue. The increased assistance will be available indefinitely to all 42 million SNAP beneficiaries. The aid boost was first reported by the New York Times, and the details were confirmed by a spokeswoman for the Department of Agriculture. They will be formally announced Monday by Agriculture Secretary Tom Vilsack. The aid boost is being packaged as a major revision of the USDA's Thrifty Food Plan. In concrete terms, the average monthly per person benefits will rise from $121 to $157. So the average person who was getting $121 a month singly will now be getting $157. That's what they're saying here. The increase is part of a multi-pronged Biden effort to strengthen the country's social safety net. Poverty and food security activists maintain that long-standing inadequacies in that safety net were laid bare by C-19's pandemic, presenting an opportunity to make generational improvements that reach beyond the current public health crisis. So we have to understand, back to biocodiron. Let's go back to biocodiron. They're saying that we are currently in a public health crisis. So this is affecting people's biology. You see? Which will then what? Affect how we behave, which is why everyone's still masked up, which is why they're getting ready to start telling people to social distance again, because the levels has gone up again. And they see all of this stuff happening, so they're coming up with these plans, these packaged plans, because it's looking like we may have another shutdown. I'm gonna just be honest, that's just me. But with this right here going on, along with them also mentioning that they might give another stimulus, we have to keep paying attention to what's going on. We have to pay attention to what's going on. So let's continue with the article. The increase is part of a multi-pronged Biden effort to strengthen the country's social safety net. Poverty and food security activists maintained that long-standing inadequacies in that safety net were laid bare by C-19's pandemic, presenting an opportunity to make generational improvements that reach beyond the current public health crisis. Activists say the previous levels of pre-pandemic SNAP assistance simply weren't enough, forcing many households to choose cheaper, less nutritious options or simply go hungry as the funds ran low toward the end of the month. You see? So as you can see, once again, they understand the concept. They understand the concept of biocothyron. They understand that they have to give people more money because a lot of people were hungry. Remember, when the pandemic first started, it was so many people who raided the food banks. This is because they didn't have enough money before the end of the month to buy food. And the reason why, it's because their children had to stay home and do school from home because they didn't want their children to do what? Get sick, catch the virus, and do something to affect their biology. So their children did what? Quarantined. And they did school from home. You see? So this is why now they had to give the stimulus checks because the parents had to stay home. The children had to stay home. It affected the environment. It affected the environment. So this is a classic example of biocothyron. If we don't understand this now, this is the perfect time to understand it during this whole pandemic era, because this is a perfect example of it. And now they're going to permanently boost the SNAP benefits because they don't know how far this thing is going to go. As I said earlier, the levels has risen again. People are back in these hospitals. Now they having all of these new variants coming out. So they're trying to foresee what's going to happen and try to attack it before it hits. And then they don't know what to do, like what happened the first time. So make sure y'all get down in the comment section and let me know what y'all think about this. Let me know what y'all think about this. Also, the link to the article will also be down in the description box. Make sure y'all hit the like button, y'all hit the share button, and make sure y'all subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I drop some new content right here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Salute to all the visionaries. Shout out to the A Game Nation. And I will catch y'all on the next video. Peace.
When I'm training for professional competitions, men and women always ask me for advice. To women, I say push yourself harder than you ever have before and go beyond your comfort zone. Focus on your goals. Men, if I am willing to push myself to become Mr. Olympia in 2022, then I only have one thing to say to you. Bring your A game.
Here we go again.